show that to you again. We go to the red A, we click on New, and then we go out to our templates. Where do we find our templates?
S drive.
S drive, that's right. And so we go to S drive, Fall 2018, out to here, and Drawing F template, right? Because we're doing Drawing F. Okay. So we double click here, you're going to notice a couple things are different. First of all, down here, I've got an awful lot of space to work with here. 470 feet, wow, I got a lot of real estate here. Why? Because a pentagon is a huge building. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to change this to my object layer, because my object layer is where I want to draw it, and my on my plan, the lines that make up my drawing are in blue. So here we go. Let me show you how this is going to work. Now, I'm going to go ahead and do this, and just going to kind of go over there. Now, you're going to notice right now that this now has, if I take a look at this particular drawing, if I go back out to our AutoCAD assignments, and I take a look at this and look at them, and if I scroll out here, I'm going to see that drawing F is, as I mentioned, it's kind of different, and we're going to do this. So what we got is 920 feet along one of these pentagon sides. So 920 feet, that's pretty huge. That's a real lot of real estate, which is going to give us 360 feet here and the 72 degrees right here. So the question is, how do I make this happen? Well, there is a polygon command here. All right, up here under rectangle, you've got a polygon command, and that looks an awful lot like a pentagon to me. So we click here, it then asks us to enter the number of sides. Well, how many sides does a pentagon have?
5.
5. And then it says specify the center of the polygon. Well, I can't really use that option for a polygon because I want to use a side, and my side is how long? 920 feet. So I'm going to right click and use edge. This is going to allow me to put in my my bottom line here. My bottom line's got to be 920 feet. So I type in 920 feet and then enter. And when I do that, it gives me that kind of look here. Now let's verify that it's correct. If I click here, and if I hold my cursor, it tells me that it's 920 feet all the way around. We all see that. Okay, now the next thing I would want to do is I then have I've got another a pentagon inside of it, and it's got a dimension of 360 feet. So what I want to do is I want to create another pentagon right inside there, and this one's going to be using the geometric center of this. Okay, now the geometric center, you can actually turn that on right here and say, yeah, use my geometric center, or you could just pick it off your right mouse click. So I'm going to start my polygon command again, and I want to use I'm going to use 5 again, like this. And now what I want to do is I want to, let's see here, what's the best way to do this one? This one is, let's see here. Yeah, that's going to be, yeah. What we're going to do is we're going to use our edge mode again, because that's the best way to do it. So we go to edge mode, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to just click a point here and make this one 360 feet. 360 feet, and then enter. Now what we're going to do is, now that we have that, we have two pentagons, and we want to put this one at the center of this one. So we move it. So to move a command, we used copy earlier, we used mirror, now we're going to go to move. Move operates like this. We click on move, and I am going to go ahead and turn on my geometric center because I'm going to need it for a couple snaps here. So now that I have that, I'm going to move my my pentagon. I click on it, and it says select objects. What do I have to do to get to the next prompt? I right click, I hit enter, I hit my space bar, and it will work. And then I go here, and that shows me my geometric center. It lights up. Then I go ahead and I want to find the geometric center of this other one, and there's that. Boom. I'm good to go. So what's happened right there is I drew 2 different pentagons, and then what I did is I used the geometric center to place one exactly in the center of the other one, okay? So geometric center is a very useful object snap for shapes such as a pentagon or an octagon, any of those. Okay, so now that I have this right here, what I want to do is I've got some lines that are shown here that are 40 feet apart. So I'm going to start my line command, I'm going to go right to here, and just drag it right to the edge like that. And then I can use a very cool command, which we haven't seen yet, called offset. Offset is this command right here. And if I start my offset command, it asks me for an offset distance. Well, if I want to have a copy of that original line 40 feet away from the other one, I type in 40 feet. And then what I can do is go ahead and click here and right there. So now I've got my 40-foot difference there. Now what I can do is I can mirror these over here if I want to by using my mirror command and grabbing these two items and my midpoint's here, and I can go ahead and do that. So I've got that done. Now I just have to do the same thing around to my other items here. So I'm going to go to here, and it's going to go ahead and find that. And so I can just do the same thing with offset, 40 feet, and I'm going to go like this, and offset like that. And then in this particular case, I'm going to need to kind of like extend this until it touches there. Now let's see here. Let's see here. So I'll go ahead and I'll drag this until it touches there, and drag this until it touches there. Okay, and then I can use my mirror again to use this one. So I go to mirror, and I grab this, and I use my mirror right here, and lock it in. That's not liking it too much, is it? Okay, it looks like I missed the angle. That's what it was. I missed the angle. Well, let's go on from here. We'll go on from there. Yeah, I missed the angle. That was on me. So I will not do that again. So let me go ahead and continue on right here. That's supposed to be a 72-degree angle. Let me start with my line command here, and I'm going to go ahead and keep on. Well, you know what? I think I can use my array command, can't I? I haven't done that yet. Let me try this real quickly here. Let me go here, and as far as my angle goes, that's got to be, that's a 72 degree angle. Let's see here. How did I do this before? Because it's like I did it really easily before. Let me try an array. I think an array might work. So I'll go with a polar array. I'm going to grab these objects, and I'm going to grab my geometric center. Okay, that's right. And then what I want is I want a total of 5 items. 5. Okay, that's looking pretty close. Let's see, rotate items. Yeah, there we go. I take off the rotate items. Okay, looks good. And that puts it perfectly in place. That's what I did before. That makes life a lot easier. See how those kind of like going perfectly? So that is how we go ahead and do that. So I did the array. I'll do that one more time for you, because that was quite a bit. Okay, so the array, what it does, it makes copies, a polar array makes copies around a center point. So if I go ahead and grab these right here, and I right click, my geometric center is here. So I click there. Now, this doesn't look quite right. So a couple things are wrong. First of all, I've got 6 items. I only need 5, because a pentagon has only got 5 sides. And so at this point, it's showing me a real nice preview. So I'm just going to zoom in here, and it all looks good. So I've got a good one. I close the array. I'm good to go. And so I was able to do my pentagon and the lines in it quite simply. Then all that's left is just put in dimensions. So my first dimension, I can go ahead and use a line. And the line allows me to pick a point here and pick a point here. And when I do that, it gives me 920 feet. And the dimensions show up perfectly because I have given you a template. And so we go ahead and have this, and we have this. And I'm missing a little bit of text here, so I double click here. And what do I type at the end here? TYP. Period, yeah. And yeah. And we go here, and so I'm at the end here, and I want to go ahead and type in TYP. Period, and put the space like that. All right, so I got that, and so I got those, and then I got one more here. Now to do your angle, this is actually kind of cool here. You can do what's called an angular dimension. So your angular dimension, I go ahead and click on this line here, and this line here. If I do that, it gives me this really nice 72-degree notation. And then I can change this, and do the same thing, TYP, period, and we're all good. So that is how we would complete this particular drawing, okay? So we use the polygon command, and we use the edge mode. which enabled us to give it a 920-foot edge. And then we did it again and made a 360-foot item. And then we used our geometric center to center the two with each other. We drew these lines at the bottom and used an array 5 times around. Okay, first of all, we did an offset 40 feet, basically a copy 40 feet away. And then we mirrored it. And so we threw a bunch of commands out there that kind of building upon themselves. And then when that's all done, the last thing we do is put the name of the drawing at the bottom. And the name of this drawing is Drawing F. And so I